Change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I hope that they find you well. Somebody just sent me a text. Well, listen. The man is running for governor. At least he's. They say he's running for governor. So if I invite one on, I got to invite everybody on. Well, I don't really have to, but it's only fair. You want to hear from everybody, and we'll be pleasantly surprised or we'll be amazed. Anyway, coming up around 8 o'clock will be Mr. Jamel Brown. As a matter of fact, join us in our virtual studio. At least that's what they tell me. So I'm gonna believe him until he don't show up or something like that. But yeah. JB's coming in. Jamel Brown. He's the man the next young man who wants to be your governor of the United States, not the United States, the state of Alabama. Okay, but anyway, good morning to you. I hope everything's fine. This morning we got a couple of things. We got what do we have? We have our daily bread, of course, which is next, and then we got the schools. Montgomery Advertiser is back to doing its thing now. It's Student of the Week, so we get a chance to tell you about some interesting young people who are not just out there making trouble or doing things like that, but they're doing great things in school. I got to get something from Valiant Cross because those guys they're always Student of the Week in my mind. But who knows? Maybe, just maybe, the public school system will compete with them. Anyway, so good morning. I hope this day finds you well. And we're ready to go. And again, it is the 30th day of September 2023, or 25, excuse me. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that, believe it or not, it won't ever be again. Take care of it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It's like a precious piece of gold. Once it is gone, it is gone. You won't be able to come back and undo all the things that you do this day, and you certainly won't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So be careful how you tread on this day, because last night, somebody went to sleep and did not wake up. But you got the wake-up call. I'd say that's something to be thankful for, wouldn't you? Good morning to you. Next up, it is our daily bread, of course, because that's how we roll around here. You have to get a word from on high, something that'll change our perspective or give us a new one. But either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. Next up, our daily bread. Your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight. I love this song. Anyway, so we'll be right back. Okay, right after this.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Leslie Coe wrote our reading, and he titled it A Fresh Start. Chinese New Year celebrations are observed by Chinese families everywhere. These festivities are tied to the lunar calendar, usually falling somewhere in late January to mid-February. These times for family reunions come with many traditions, some of great significance. Buying and donning new clothes, giving our homes a good cleaning, and paying off outstanding debts remind us we're putting the past behind and starting the year with a clean slate. These traditions also remind me of our new life in Christ. No matter who we used to be or what we've done, we can put it all behind us. We can stop beating ourselves up over our past and let go of the guilt, knowing we're completely forgiven because of Jesus' death on the cross. And we can start afresh, knowing we can rely on the Holy Spirit to daily transform us to be more like Jesus. That's why Paul reminds believers in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, the old has gone, the new is here. We too can say this because of the simple but powerful truth. God has reconciled us to himself through Christ and no longer counts our sins against us. Others around us may not be willing to forget our past wrongdoing, but we can take heart that in God's eyes, we're no longer condemned. As Paul points out in Romans 8, if God is for us, who can be against us? Let's enjoy the fresh start God has given us through Jesus. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 16 through 20. So from now on, we regard no one from a worldly point of view. Though we once regarded Christ in this way, we do so no longer. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ, and gave us the ministry of reconciliation, that God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ, not counting people's sins against them. And he has committed to us the message of reconciliation. We are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making his appeal through us. We implore you, on Christ's behalf, be reconciled to God. Let's pray. Thank you, Jesus, for your saving work on the cross that reconciled us to God and gave us a new life in you. Help us to see every day as an opportunity for a fresh start and to prayerfully enter the day seeking to be led by you. Thank you, Lord. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening. I'm Stephen, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And now it is time to celebrate our armed forces of these United States. For all those folks out there that, have young ones or neighbors or your friends, your kids, your uncles, your aunts, your dad, your moms, your whoever serving this great nation of ours. I mean, for the time being, it's still pretty great. We got issues, but so does everybody else, I guess. Anyway, so now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States, like we do every day. It's important to let those folks know that they are important to us. And while we were sleeping last night, they were sitting on the fences around the world, okay, going in harm's way or prepared to go in harm's way if they should be asked to. And we always asking our military to do something, aren't we? And you're part of that too, by the people you vote for. Yeah, you got to remember that. So when you voting for people, you're you telling them that they have the full power to do your bidding for you. So that's why it's important. It's important who you vote for. Okay, it really is. It's important. Really, it is. It really is. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to take that in consideration the next time you decide to go to the polls, because they are your representative. So find out what they stand for. Okay. So good morning to you. I'm the rise and shine.
Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go roaring along. In and out, hear them shout, cows are marching all about, and those caissons go roaring along. For it's high, high here in the field artillery. Count out your numbers, let us count 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And wherever you go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail and break on day. Through our last night on shore, hail to the fall. Until we meet once more, it's wishing you a happy voyage home. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win our victory. Send bird mirages is our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready to or die. I coast country fight for you. Up we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, soon to lead our thunder. And a boys giving the gun. And we dive, starting a flame from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in fame, go down in flame, for nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. From
yes, 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 yes. I wonder, can I get a do-over? Like if I really put some makeup on or something like that and go down to the recruiting office and they'll let me join the Marine Corps. I'm thinking about doing that just to see how far I could go. I don't know. Because I always wanted to wear one of those uniforms, And since I'm not trying to be airborne anymore, it wouldn't make a difference, it really wouldn't make a difference since I'm already airborne, baby. I don't have to. I don't have to be it anymore. I am it. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking that maybe they let me join now. I mean, because I was sure. I mean, they would have let me join a long time ago, but it just I'm I'm I was just kind of short to be airborne. It's a long story. I won't even go through it anymore. I know it's nauseating to hear me talk about it every once in a while, but I feel as though they interfere with my destiny. Getting to wear that white hat, okay, and them white gloves, okay. Now I was able to wear my white gloves in our NCO mess, which is our after really expensive suit that we get to wear, sometimes every once in a while. So I'm just saying, I would have, but I can't. Every time I think about it, I almost want to cry because I just wanted me one of them uniforms. But I could not give up the wings back in those days. Anyway, it's 17 minutes. Well, no, what time is it? It is, what time is it? It is, what time is it anyway? Oh, it's 7:23 in the morning. First of all, let me give you the students of the day. The Montgomery Advertiser, as a matter of fact, does it every year. They start a little late this year. They do every year. They do what's called a student of the week, and then it culminates around, I think, coming when school gets out. It culminates right around, I don't know what, May, April, somewhere around there. So you go to the Montgomery Advertiser, and you will put in the search line up there, student of the week. Okay, Montgomery, and you'll come up with you can see who's won past, and you can see who won now. So anyway, these kids are the people that are the creme de la creme of their, according to their peers and according to their teachers, at the respect of the representative school by which they go to. So this morning I'm going to share, and you can vote for them, and you get to vote until Thursday at 1 p.m. Okay, you get to vote Thursday until 1 p.m. At the Montgomery Advertiser. Okay, and these are the candidates for Student of the Week. Kaylee Long, who goes to Lamp High. She's a freshman at Lamp High and has been described by her teachers as a kind-hearted ray of sunshine. She is a quiet, strong leader who leads by example. She is respectful to adults. That's always good. And is helpful whenever asked. Kaylee is a exemplary student who teachers and students alike look forward to seeing each and every day. Sound like me. Next up, another student from Tallahassee High School. Okay, Tallahassee High School. He is a junior, as a matter of fact. Caleb Jackson, a junior, and he's an honors student at Tallahassee High School. I really don't know what Tallahassee. I want to call it Tallahassee. I thought that's in Florida, but no, this is Tallahassee High School. He's a standout, okay, on the school's varsity football team, as well as track and field, running the 800 meters and the mile. He just like running, I guess. He is also chosen by his teachers to represent the school as a member of the Scholars Bowl team. Caleb is also a member of the Tallahassee High School Fellowship Christian Athletes Program and was a soloist in this year's men's choir. Caleb has been able to participate and achieve a leadership role in these activities while maintaining a 3.4 GPA in honors courses. Congratulations to Caleb Jackson from Tallahassee High School. And last but certainly not least, one of my favorite schools in town, at least most of the time, Alexander Edwards is a junior at Percy Julian High School and has been described by educators as a dedicated leader, musician, and scholar. He proudly serves as section leader in the trombone section of the school's marching band and is active in the school choir and has earned 15 superior ratings as a trombonist. Alexander participates in the JAG Impact program. My son did that. He kind of liked it. Program and represents Alabama State University as a Gear Up ambassador, promoting college readiness and leadership among his peers. Academically, Alexander maintains a 3.8 GPA while balancing high school coursework and dual enrollment in college classes. Beyond the classroom, though, he is deeply involved in his church and community through service projects and faith-based outreach. Again, we want to congratulate all these young scholars today, these young kids, that's not kids, but young adults. Kaylee Long of Lamp High School, Caleb Jackson of Tallahassee High School, and Alexander Edwards, a junior at Percy Julian High School. Okay, so I got a little space in my little small reserved space in my heart for Percy Julian. My son is a graduate of that school last year, or actually it was this year, but it was last school year, so which ended in May, I guess. But then, so hey, Friday again. All you have to do is go to the Montgomery Advertiser. Okay, now do this favor for me. Okay, go there, look at them, vote for them. Okay, you may not know them, but you'll probably. But I got a feeling you're going to hear. You're going to hear from some of these kids right here. Okay, I think you're going to hear from them. Okay, all right. So let's go there and vote for them. Even if you don't know them, vote for them anyway. Vote for everybody. Just give them a vote, because you know what? It's time our kids made the paper, and not for doing a crime. Okay, for doing something good. Somebody always gets to my kids. Well, you always talking about bad things. Well, that's all they ever put out in the paper. Okay, bad things, TV, bad things. I mean, it's all they ever put out in the paper. So this gives us an opportunity to recognize the great parenting, the greatness of our future leaders, because that's who these people are. They are our future leaders, and we get what we expect. Okay, we get what we expect. Okay. Anyway, so good morning to you. One more time, Caleb Jackson of Tallahassee High School, Alexander Edwards, who is a junior at Percy Julian, and Caleb, of course, is a junior, and Kaylee Long. I think that's how you pronounce her name, Kayleigh, Kaylee. We be changing the names around here. Anyway, who's a freshman at Lamp High School. So go to Montgomery Advertiser. If you don't see a Student of the Week, there's a on the news page, there's a search bar at the top of the page online, and just type in Student of the Week, and you'll get, again, you can vote until 1:00 p.m. on Thursday, okay, October the 2nd, okay? So make sure you go there and help those kids out. Appreciate it. Word on the street is that, now this guy has got to be the boringest guy in radio that I've ever heard, but evidently he's loved by many. Paul Feinbaum is considering running for the U.S. Senate. Well, now listen, if Tuberville can do it, which I'm working on getting an interview with him too, and Katie Britt, if Tuberville can do it, then why not let Feinbaum do it too? Okay, I mean, it is, after all, it's not a job where you need a PhD in politics in order to do. What you need is a great set of nuts so you can act like you're willing to fight. Okay, okay, unless you're a woman, then you don't need them. Then okay, we're gonna leave that alone. But anyway, so longtime college football commentator and syndicated sports talker, the boringest guy on the radio, Paul Feinbaum, is considering running for the U.S. Senate in 2026. Feinbaum, who recently, now I know this guy can identify with me because he just purchased a $5.1 million home in Mountain Brook. That's where they don't let me. That's where when I go through Mountain Brook, I make sure I follow the speed limit. Okay, I make sure I clean my car, things of that nature. Make sure my tires looking good and everything when I go through there. Because every once in a while I'll go through there, and so they don't want me up there. Now I don't think I'd be trying to move up there though. $5.1 million house in Alabama. that must be a hell of a house. But anyway, we ain't mad at him. Hey, listen, he earned it. He worked for it. And he's doing his thing, so that's good. Okay. Anyway, he is running for He's run. It's intriguing, says Outkick's Clay Travis on Monday. It is intriguing that I'm thinking about it constantly. So that's what the man says. Okay, here's another piece of bad news for you this morning before we get into anything else. Now, if you do not want to get shot by a homeowner, seriously, if you want to make it home, at least the probability of making it home is a lot better if you don't do this. A burglar was shot and killed. No charges are expected against the shooter after breaking into a Decatur home on Sunday evening. A man was shot and killed by an occupant within the residence. You have a right to protect your property. You've got to have some mental issues, or really on drugs or something, to go in somebody's house and think you're gonna walk out of there. If you want to play suicide, join the Army and tell them you want to go to every hot spot there is in the world and you'll be willing to go. Okay. According to the authorities, the incident took place in the 1200 block of 22nd Avenue Southwest, with officers from the Decatur Police Department responding to the scene at about 7:30 p.m. The suspect in the attempted burglary was pronounced dead at the scene with multiple apparent gunshots. Well, I guess the homeowner's got the same right that the police do. Shoot you as many times as he needs to make sure you're dead. You in his house, you are a threat to him and his family, or her and her family. Law enforcement said that the shooter is cooperating and no charges are expected at this time. What do you mean at this time? He in his house, guy comes in the house to rob him, whatever. What do you mean at this time? Is there an issue here? You don't want to get shot in somebody's house? Don't go in somebody's house. Just don't go. Don't go in the house. You got to go. You don't have to worry about getting shot. Or who's it? Bongino said, you don't have to worry about getting dead. Okay. I know. The political correct answer now is unalive. Whoever came up with that dumb statement, okay, it's called dead. Okay, that's what I was on Mr. My good friend yesterday. This political correctness stuff. What you're trying to do is take the bite out of it. You're trying to take the bite out of it, but you know what? It's still dead, no matter what you call it. Now, let's get into something that happened over the weekend. That we worry about some of the most mundane things. There was a game this weekend, a football game between Alabama State University and, was it FAMU? I don't even know what the FAMU stands for. Is it Florida A&M, something like that? I don't know what school it is. But anyway, during the game, okay, an announcer at Florida A&M, okay, named Joe Bullard, made a comment referring to the honeybees of Alabama State. Okay, he said they're the new face of Ozempic. Now, I do believe that Quentin Ross has got involved in. Excuse me. Let me give him his correct title. President of Alabama State, Quentin Ross, has showed his, I guess, outrage. Now, if you don't know who the honeybees are, they became nationally known because they were big girls. They were big girls who could do the same things that the little skinny what do you call it, cheerleaders could do. And they have done it well. They have become a national phenomenon for years for what they can do. But evidently, they've lost a little weight. And so Mr. Bullard made the comment referring to the honeybees as the new face of Ozempic. And everybody is just all of it. Give me a break. We got folks taking Ozempic around here so they can lose weight. Okay. Personally, I think it was a compliment to him. I mean, are we really that soft in this country these days? Really, words hurt. My mother used to say, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." First of all, the guy didn't say anything. Now he may end up losing his job because we have become so soft like wusses in America because we don't like certain words. Okay, we don't like certain words. Well, Ozempic is out there. It's helping people lose weight. So what the hell is going on a college university when they can't take the truth? Really? I mean, we're trying to get the guy fired almost because he just made a statement. They are the honeybees the new face of Ozempic. I think they're great. I really think they are. The fact of the matter is that these young ladies done an outstanding job of they're losing weight. They're entertaining the crowd, the masses. But even when they were bigger, they were pretty good at what they did. Okay, so really, President Ross, is this even worse? Okay, you know how you beat people in football? At the end of the game, when the gun goes off, you got more points on the board. That's the only thing that they should be worried about is points on the board. Okay, that's it. All the rest of this crap. Oh, the announcer said they're the new face of Ozempic. So what? So I think, as a matter of fact, I think you ought to make a deal with him and go get a check from him, from Ozempic. I mean, give me a break. Anyway, many viewed the comments as insulting, fatphobic, and demeaning. Really? Tell me the part that's demeaning, especially because the honeybees are known as the plus size dance team. Okay, so now they're not so plus, which is a good thing because for a healthy reason, you want to lose a little weight every once in a while, I guess. But what's the big deal, Montgomery? What's a good big deal, fam? What's the big deal? Seriously, there are so many things. I'm more concerned. Are you really learning anything for all that money they're just paying these colleges? Obviously not. I mean, obviously not. They're not really learning a whole lot. They getting all stupid words. Give me a break, man. Now, let me see what it is. I hope I can get this guy on the chat. What's going on, Marty?
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm not going to ask you this question to just, create a ruckus. I just haven't listened to you in a while because I've been busy.
I understand.
But what was your stance on people wanting to fire people because of what they said about Charlie Kirk? What was your stance on that?
I was said no. No, they got a right to say. They got a right to say what they want to say. You don't have to agree with it, but this is for the time being. You and I both, and a whole bunch of other people, have laid blood on the lands of many countries to provide that freedom.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure before I made my comment on that.
No. I'm not going to be duplicitous. I'm not going to be what do you call that? A hypocrite. You may not like what people say, but they got a right to say it. They got a right to say it. So.
Okay. Now, okay, all right. I appreciate you saying that because it wasn't like they were just making that up about him or trying to joke on him or anything of that nature. The man said what he said, and he was an outright racist, and they wanted to celebrate him.
Well, I don't know if he was a racist or not because y'all keep changing the definition every 2 years of what racist means. So we gotta. Let's just think about the honey. Now,
yeah. Kevin, our deeds determine us just as much as we determine our deeds. We are what we do, and he did it. I mean,
I saw the guy in many things, many speeches, and I still don't. The guy was not a racist just because he disagreed with certain government programs.
Kevin,
that's not make you racist.
It was more than just a program. He wanted to loop Michelle Obama and Ketanji Brown Jackson all in the same boat and Michelle Obama didn't run for office, or she didn't. She wasn't selected or applied for any jobs or anything. She was first
But
lady.
the first
Why
lady
did he
has
want?
her office. There's a first lady office, though. I mean, if you first lady, and again,
Kevin, you're first lady because
yeah,
you're married to the
right.
president, and the
Well,
president was elected twice. She
right.
wasn't a DEI. Trust me.
Well, I know she wasn't a DEI, but he didn't
Well,
say
he
she was
tried.
DEI. I mean, he didn't
He
say that.
accused her, Ketanji Brown Jackson, of being a DEI.
Now, Ketanji Brown Jackson, a woman who is going for the Supreme Court and cannot handle a basic a basic question. Can you tell me what a woman is? No, I can't. Okay,
Kevin,
that's a DEI hire right there on the Supreme Court.
Kevin,
Yeah.
that's a DEI. But Barrett, a woman, wasn't a DEI hire.
Wait a minute.
When
I'm not
Trump
talking
said,
about. I'm talking about the answer.
when Trump went out there and deliberately said he was going to make sure a woman held that position, that wasn't a DEI hire.
Wait a minute. Biden is the one who said, if I go for president, I'm going to make sure I get
Yes,
a woman. That was a DEI hire.
But in December of the year that Trump was going out of office, he selected, and he said he was going to select a woman to hold that position, which he did, which was Barrett. Okay. That wasn't a DEI hire.
Well, I think yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
See, Kevin, you got to make.
Yeah, pretty much, because what does their gender have to do with whether or not they're qualified?
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Why is it? And my thing is this right here, Kevin.
Yeah.
They're saying snatch, Black history, education, out of the school system.
Well, that's not exactly what. Wait. That's not exactly what they're saying.
Kevin, I put it this way, Deeds. When you say that you can't teach about Rosa Parks in your school system,
and show me who said you cannot teach about Rosa Parks in the school system.
Kevin, they said when they take the books out of, you remember when Biden had his inauguration, you had that little 12-year-old girl who spoke at the inauguration. Well, she wrote a book. She wrote a book, and the book was in the Florida school system. They took it out because they said it was CRT.
Again, wait a minute, but let's be honest. Again, I think what they're asking for, because hindsight is 30/30, not even 20/20 anymore, 30/30. Hindsight, let's say what they're asking for, tell the story, but don't imagine things that did not happen.
Kevin, a 12-year-old is not going back in the past, she's living forward, Kevin.
A 12-year-old is impressionable, though. A 12-year-old can be impressionable.
But Charlie Kirk is not. They're talking about inputting and integrating Charlie Kirk's what's this thing? What was the name of this thing? He's Turning Point.
Turning Point.
Talking about putting it in the curriculum of school systems. Now, how is not that CRT? But when the person of color talk, when you're talking about Rosa Parks and ML King and others, and you're talking about taking that out, how is that CRT?
Well, again, CRT, I guess it depends on who you're asking what it means. I'm all for accuracy in the delivery of information. And that's our problem in America right now with the internet. The internet has made more lies popular than anything in the history of our country.
Kevin, so now you're trying to say
I'm just saying, if you're going to tell the truth, tell your story. You got a right to tell your story. We got the internet out here. I mean, hell, you don't even need a library anymore. You can learn anything you want to learn offline.
So take books out of the school systems. You don't need books anymore, right?
Well, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that.
Okay. Well, Kevin, because we got to be careful how we do that, because in a lot of your urban and also rural areas, which is made up of whites and blacks as well, they don't have access to internet or span as though others do, out in your regular city metropolitan area.
Right.
So, you can't say, well, you could turn to the internet, because a lot of our youth, in the rural areas don't have the kind of access to those.
Well, I don't know anybody who don't. Resources. They got internet in the rural areas too now.
Kevin, broadband.
Thanks to Elon Musk and his system of satellites up in the air.
Kevin, I can remember, it wasn't long ago, I say about 25 years ago, out in your rural area, out in your Rama area.
I'm sure you didn't have
that school system out there, Montgomery County High and Dunbar. They didn't have the kind of access that a lot of your schools in the city had.
Let me ask you something now. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I don't.
Go ahead.
If somebody tells your story, okay, Yeah. And we're sitting there. We're sitting there at the funeral, or tells my story at the funeral.
Right.
Don't you want them to tell the truth?
Absolutely, Kevin. You want
Okay.
them to tell the truth. Yes, but let me share this with you, Kevin.
Yeah.
And you know and I know, and we're talking about the truth. Now you can't be selective of what kind of truth you tell
No, that's the
and say,
truth.
well,
Is
we
truth.
don't want to
Yeah.
hold on, we don't want to sell this truth because we don't want to upset the masses. The fact that, and I'm just throwing this out here, Jesus was a man of color. But yet they got him blue-eyed, white, long hair. But you would say, and others would say, well, what difference does it make?
Now we've
You
never
see
really
what?
seen a picture of Jesus, so
Well,
we don't really know what color he was.
Well, we can't cherry pick the Bible either, because in Revelation it tells you what color he was.
Oh, you talking about the part where they say bronze and all that stuff?
Kevin, yes. You can't cherry pick. You can't go in there and cherry pick the Bible and find.
No. But we don't know when he was walking on earth. We don't know what color he was. Now,
Kevin.
I will agree with you that being in that part of the world,
yes,
it would probably be highly suspicious if he's walking around with blonde hair and blue eyes. I mean,
exactly. But if you go to a lot of these churches here, you won't find them looking like that.
Okay.
You'll find them looking like blonde hair and blue eyes, whatever. But I went to the Vatican, Kevin.
You think he got an afro? You think Jesus had an afro?
Kevin, my wife and I went to the Vatican. We went to Rome, Italy. We were there. We took you had the Pope.
Yeah.
And a few of the cardinals kneeling down to a Jesus of color. On the walls in the Vatican, Jesus is a man of color. But yet only in America, because in France too, same place. But only in America you find Jesus a man that's blonde hair and white eyes, whatever you call it. I want to say this, Kevin. I'm about to let you go. Right here in the month of October, it's Christopher Columbus, right?
Yes.
Now it has been well established that Christopher Columbus wasn't the first man to discover America. In fact, there was a black man on that boat that discovered America. He was the one that was actually navigating that boat.
I'm with you. Now, okay, so let me get this right. And I'm not saying you're... So for an absolute fact, because you've seen the picture, there was a black man navigating the boat.
History.
Okay. And who writes history? And that's the problem. That's just one of the things that they were worried about with DEI and these books. Tell them,
Kevin,
be able to validate what you say.
Thomas Edison, Graham Bell. It was a black man that was in there with them when they discovered that. It was a black man that we got proof of. Kevin, in 1782, maybe 1783, we vaccines.
Yeah.
It was the black man who actually discovered vaccines, Kevin. What I'm saying is, but you didn't get the, being a slave, you didn't get the credit for all that.
And we can't go back and get it now.
No, you can't. But what I am saying to you, Kevin, you got people today trying to distort history as certain things didn't exist. I guarantee you this, Kevin, if it were not for technology, 50, maybe 70 years from now, they would say that our president Obama wasn't black.
Well, that's gonna be hard to prove.
You see, they would say that he was. It wasn't a black man in office.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And that's where I'm going with this, Kevin. If they can find a way to distort history, they will.
And tell your own history. Then tell your own kids the history. We don't have to, with the internet and everything, we don't have to rely on people to tell us those things by which we like to know.
Well, Kevin, but why can't the Daughters of the Confederacy and Moms for America, whatever they call themselves now, to try to hide that they're the Daughters of the Confederacy? Why are they putting a big stank on books in school there? Why can't they do that? Why do they have to punish the entire class? Because they don't
homeschool then homeschool your kids, and you ain't got to worry about it.
Well, Kevin, why haven't they started homeschooling in Florida instead of trying to change the entire curriculum?
They got a homeschooling network across the country, so you don't even have to send your kids to public schools.
But Kevin, we're taxpayers.
Yeah,
we should be able to send our kids.
We ain't getting much for our money, though. I will tell you, we're not getting a whole
lot. Well, not here in this state, we're not, because we're not investing much for the money. But Kevin,
we got $10 billion. Wait a minute, we got a $10 billion education fund. There's so much money that they're not even using all of it for education.
Kevin, I put it this way. Why is it, Kevin? Put it this way. Why is it that most of your southern states are having this problem, but a lot of your northern and northeast, northwestern states are not?
Really? Have you
Why
been?
why why
Have you
why
been
why
in?
are
Wait a
the
minute, have you been in New
Northeastern
York and Philadelphia and Washington
Kevin,
D.C.
Kevin,
the public
yeah,
school?
their schools are ahead of us. Connecticut, since their schools are ahead of us, Kevin. Wisconsin, their schools are ahead of us.
Well,
A lot of these
I'm gonna look on
northern
it and
and
see.
midwestern states.
Yeah.
If,
Well,
if
I'm
you
gonna see
do
if
the,
that's true. Now I'll do. We'll find the top
it is.
schools in America and see what they say.
Kevin, Louisiana is at the bottom.
Okay.
Alabama's at the bottom.
Okay.
Arkansas is at the bottom.
It's a
Florida
culture.
is struggling. They're at the bottom.
It's a cultural thing, but it ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing
Cultural
to
thing.
do with telling Black history in public school while they're failing.
No, Kevin, but you just switched this and talking about schools, are at such,
Okay, Marty,
we're in
I gotta
trouble.
go, man. I got you. I feel you. Call me tomorrow. We'll talk. Lord have mercy. Somebody get me a where's a what we whining a lot these days? Ketanji Brown did say she could not say what a woman was. All she had to say was, I am. That's it. Nobody asked her about the anatomy. We said, what is a woman? And all she had to say, look at me, I'm a woman. But to insult my intelligence and the average intelligence of even somebody that out of kindergarten, kids know the difference between male and female. Okay. And that's what irks me about this. Everybody wants to be politically correct rather than anatomically correct. Okay. A man is not a woman and a woman is not a man. If she don't know that, I damn sure don't want her giving me her advice on law, because the first law is nature, and she can't figure it out. I don't want her deciding my fate in the Supreme Court. Yo, what's up there, bud?
Same old, same old. Let me ask you a question. And I'm just got to put this out there.
Yeah.
If Jesus had blue eyes, blonde hair, if discoverer of America was not Christopher Columbus, by the way, it was the Vikings, how does that change the fact that over 250 blacks were killed in Montgomery over the past 5 years? I mean, what's important?
Well, that's true. It ain't really important. Matter of fact, nobody discovered America. It was already here.
This is true. But you remember we had a conversation some time ago about majoring in the minors.
Yes.
The color of Christ, who discovered America, or vaccines or whatever, has no impact on what's going on in Montgomery right now. And Montgomery is a dung heap right now when it comes to crime in the black communities, gangs, rampant drug use.
But it sounds like to me we got the same problem.
Important things to focus on, you know?
But it sounds like to me we got the same problem that many cities have, especially ones ran by Democrats. So it is what it is.
It's I was listening to that just now, and it's like majoring in the minors.
Majoring in the minors.
We need to take care of what's going on in Montgomery. They're talking about maybe the National Guard. Trump was sending the National Guard into Birmingham, which I think it needs to. Montgomery might need to be on that list also.
I don't think we got that. I don't think we need the National Guard yet. If we do, they're right down the street. So I don't think we do. But if your point is right,
it's not there yet, but it's getting to that point.
If the point is there's too many shootings, too many dying people way before their time, you're absolutely correct. And again, when you live in a society, when you live in a society that will not implement discipline, this is what you end up at the end of the day. Is what you end up when nobody has to. When everybody thinks they should get everything they want, this is what happens. This is what you get. We don't believe in discipline. So
yesterday you were talking about the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Blaming guns for murders is like blaming your fork if you're fat.
But I will. But I will.
The weapon.
Yeah, I will.
It's the person carrying the weapon.
And I agree
It's
with you,
their heart.
but also if you don't have the gun, you can't shoot it.
How many of these people more likely never should have been allowed to have a gun?
A lot of them. But we got the Second
And that's the
Amendment.
thing. I mean, you could look at Illinois,
Yes.
look at New York, look at Los Angeles. They have an incredible amount of gun laws.
Yeah.
Has that stopped anything?
No, it doesn't.
No.
But Los Angeles is a place, and California is a place where the idiot Governor Gavin Newsom won't even protect the people who live in L.A. So it's leadership, brother.
Laws don't stop.
It's about leadership.
I'm 61 years old. I've had a gun since I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've never shot anybody. I don't intend on shooting anybody except to protect the life of my loved ones or myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the weapon, it is the person. And society's not willing to deal with the issues of the people. You know, you had this guy that stabbed a woman in the neck in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And
what did the mayor say?
I
we
think
need
the
to be
people
concerned about his mental condition. No, he's
I didn't give a crap about his mental
criminal
condition.
for crying out loud.
I think the people on that bus who did not lend a hand. Now I think they should have been charged too. Sitting around there with that
they were
man,
scared as all get out.
the guy had a little knife though. The guy had a little knife. I could see if he had a machete. He had a little knife, but everybody grabbed on that son of a gun. They could have stopped him.
But you know what? One person with a gun could have stopped that.
Amen to that. I'm with you. Listen, I'm not against guns, but I am against the reckless use of them.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. Build a jailhouse on top of those individuals.
Wow.
Don't put him in an insane asylum. Look at his criminal background.
He been married. He was in jail 14 times. Even his brother, he comes from a family of crooks. Even his brother in jail said he ought not be walking the streets. That's what his brother said. He said, and he in jail.
You have a blessed day, sir.
You too. I mean, the guy who killed the woman on the bus in Charlotte, North Carolina, brother who is in jail, said he never should be walking the streets. Okay. Man, I get it. What I forgot to put my number here. What's the number here? I don't even live in Montgomery. No, well, he don't live in Montgomery, but he did. I mean, he lived in Montgomery most of his life. I mean, it's a shame. And Martha, you're still repeating that lie. When they asked her to describe a woman, Marcel, when they asked her to describe one, she said she couldn't. Okay? She couldn't describe what a woman was. That is intellectually dishonest. She's a woman. All she had to do was say, I'm a woman. That's what a woman is. Okay? But she wanted to be politically correct. So she made sure she put the right answer so that people wouldn't be mad at her. Okay? I'm just saying, I don't care. And if you can't tell the truth about something that everybody knows, then then what can you tell the truth about? Okay? Hey, David, Veterans Wellness Center over there on Monticello Drive. I think I'm going to be going over there this weekend and do a show over there. As a matter of fact, I think Friday or so. Well, I don't normally work on Friday, but when I go over there, I will. We are ambassadors of Christ. We're supposed to be. But even the good Lord said there are righteous indignations. There's some things we ought to be upset about. Okay, just some things you ought to be upset about. Some of the things that we hear, we ought to be upset about it. That's just the way I wrote. Anyway, let me see now. Now I'm supposed to get I've already talked to Mr. Now he may not come. He said he was coming, Jamel. So I don't know if he's going to show up or not, but we'll see. He got a while. He got to 9:00 to pop into the old virtual studio that there is. Yeah, I still got the blues about not being able to wear that dress uniform for that Marine Corps. Because buddy, I sure did want one, but they wouldn't let a brother be airborne. So it's going to be with me to the rest of my life. I could have been a Marine, but being in the Rangers, that was pretty elite too. That was a pretty hard place to get to. So I handled it myself. Okay. Anyway, let me see what you say there, Charles. If it don't have white, huh? You got me on that one, Dr. Ross. You got me on that one. I don't know. It don't have white to do with them. That's Dr. Ross. Well, I don't know exactly what you mean. If you're talking about the honeybees, I just think to raise this much sand over something that happened in Florida, what a dumb we are wasting intellectual power because a man said they should be the face of Ozempic. Okay, I just really they were really big. Now that they lost a certain amount of weight and stuff like that, and they're still doing their thing. I think it is a testament to their discipline. It is a testament to them sticking with it. I think it is they ought to be saluted for what they have accomplished. And matter of fact, one time they were on national news one time because if they'd just been the regular old cheerleaders, nobody would have paid them any attention. Okay, regular. Nobody would pay them any attention, but because they were who they were, because of who they are, and they try. I mean, you know, first of all, I can't put my leg over my head. Well, not on purpose anyway. So I can't do that. I went walking yesterday in the park, like to wore me out. It was I went down to Fox Hollow, and I was walking around this thing. I thought I can walk on that. Man, it like to wore me out. Now, if I just walk slow, it wouldn't have did me no good. So it's a testament to these guys. I just think Quentin Ross was wrong and pretty much giving the blues to the announcer at FAMU. I just think it's crazy. As a matter of fact, I doubt if. I really doubt. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get somebody from the honeybees. See if we get them on the air because I just think they're fantastic. I just think they need to be saluted. Discipline. This is what discipline gets you. You find what you want to do. You figure out a way to get it done. Okay. Alabama State President Quentin Ross Jr. condemned the remark. Why? Calling it a distasteful, stating that there's no place for disparaging or demeaning remarks directed at our scholars. Well, what the hell is demeaning about saying that because they lost weight? What's demeaning about that? Come on, yeah. Has college gotten that bad? Really? Is that do we not know what words mean anymore? Really? The announcer said. Now here's what the announcer said: the new face of Ozempic. Okay, it is a drug that is used for weight loss. Okay, a lot of folks using drugs to do weight loss now. Okay, you may not know it, but a lot of them are. Okay, I'm saying. So what? Long as it works. Okay, I'm just saying. Listen, leave Joe Bullard alone. I'm gonna call him, get him on the phone one day because this is crazy. Okay, I mean, many viewed the comment as insulting. What was insulting about the new face of Ozempic? Ozempic is a drug used for weight loss. They were fat, and that's okay because that's why we know about them. If they were just another old group of kids who were cheerleaders, they wouldn't be nationally known. Okay, so you can't have it both ways. You can't use your position to get notoriety, and then once you got the notoriety, tell people that they're insulting you now. Okay, it's just crazy. I mean, really, man. Anyway, logic and reason. Okay. He also said he had spoken to the FAMU president and the Southwestern SWAC commissioner about the matter. Really, we are going to escalate this to the SWAC commissioner because somebody said something that was could have been true. I don't know if they were on Ozempic. I don't know, but Ozempic is a drug that allows you to lose weight. Okay, it helps you lose weight. Okay, Florida A&M president Marva Johnson apologized publicly. I wouldn't have been. I said, listen, be a man. Okay, I wouldn't be apologizing for Jack. Okay, I wouldn't be apologizing for nothing. What a wuss. Okay, if they can't take a joke, then tell them go watch Alabama play. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to do that. Okay. Anyway, our numbers here is I forgot the number. What is the numbers here? Like, sometimes they just get on my nerve. We have become such a wussified country nowadays. We have become. I mean, it's sad. It's sad of what we have become as a nation. I mean, these people. Listen, I'm glad they didn't World War II. Okay, it's just these people today are soft as cotton candy. My Lord, I can't take it. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. Oh man, I'm gonna cry. Give him there, Brett. Slap her. Do what Patton did. Patton slapped some kids in the formation. You're in the army now, son. Bam. Man up. That's what you got to do. Anyway, our numbers here, if you want to give us a call, 521-2963. That's the number there. Also, let's talk about one of our sponsors. Actually, my only sponsor at the moment. One Stop Wireless at 3445 Atlanta Highway. The phone number is 320-2988. 320-2988. As a matter of fact, one of the things she does that I didn't know you could do, she can take, if you got a cell phone in your house and you haven't used it in a while, and it's just sitting there, listen, I am not chasing. I got a S23, a 23 or 24. Great phone from Samsung, great phone. But I broke the glass on it. But it's cheaper to get the glass fixed by them than it is to buy another phone. Okay? Just saying. So just hold on there, Mr. Caller, while I get my spot here, then I'll get right back with you.
All right, sir.
One Stop Wireless at 3445 Atlanta Highway, which is right there on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. There's a gas station, right? I think it's a Shell gas station, whatever. Anyway, it's yellow right there. You can't beat them. If you got a phone sitting in the house, been sitting in the house for a long time, they can turn that phone on for you. I don't care who used to have it. Okay, because they didn't wrote it off already anyway. So I don't care who used to have it. You can still use it. Okay, because I know a lot of us, we like to go down and get them phones, like me, because we every time they come on TV, hey, buy the phone, get the tablet on us. Well, they be lying to us. We don't get the tablet on you, because once you get the bill, you find out that you're paying for the tablet too. I mean, they just be lying on us. They just be lying to us. Okay, I'm just saying. So give them a call, 334-320-2988, and they deal with a multitude of companies when it comes to getting you internet service. Not only when it comes to getting you phone service with a bunch of people. Not only that, they sell an internet box for the house. It's $35 a month. $35 a month. You put it in the house, you plug it up, and now you got internet. Okay, you don't have to pay these stupid prices that people want for internet. $35 a month. Okay, now there is a initial price a little bit higher than $35, but after that it's $35. Okay, so you might want to go now. So give them a call, Sharika, 334-320-2988. 334-320-2988. I don't know where my good friend Jamel is, but we'll see if he gives us. They said they wanted to come on, so I said, okay, well, come on up. I gave him the back door key. All right, what's up there, Mr. Duke?
Hey, Mr. Jamel might win this thing, Kevin.
Well,
Brown might win.
Well, listen, I may go down the street and find a raffle ticket, that makes me a millionaire. I mean, anything is possible.
Well, one thing, anything is possible. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You talking about skin a while ago.
Yes.
You saying people are worse nowadays? What you trying to say, man? What's up?
They're complaining to Alabama State about what the guy at FAMU said on the mic the other day at the football game, that they've lost so much weight and they lost a lot of weight that they could be a they. I
heard all of that. But I just heard the part you said that people shouldn't be
skin. They shouldn't be.
Huh?
They shouldn't be.
So we got an individual that tried to get Jimmy Kimmel and all these people kicked off the air because their feelings got hurt, and y'all keep on talking bad about me every day. I'm so tired, man. Y'all need to cancel his show.
Well, I'm
So,
with you.
Kevin, talk to me about that one.
I'm
Talk
with,
to me about that one.
I'm with you on that. First of all, I think Trump.
Hey.
I think Trump is thin-skinned sometimes. It don't make no sense. You're the president of the United States. You get to ride on Air Force One. You get to tell people to crap, and they say, "Where should I put it?" So why you worried about what somebody on TV says about you? You can't run for re-election, no way. So
then your party, run everything. You know, they own
I
the
don't have a
whole
party.
house
I don't belong to
and the
either one of
field
them
over
parties.
there.
I don't belong to
What I'm saying, though, they're running things like the state of Alabama. The
Mhm.
Republican Party running everything.
Mhm.
But have the prices gone down, Kevin? Any?
The prices come from the Biden administration.
Oh, Biden's not in the White House, Kevin. Come on, let's keep
But
it
his
real,
legacy is behind him.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at this. Let's look at this in football.
Yeah.
Nick Saban's not the coach at Alabama. When Florida State beat Bama ass a couple weeks ago, who got blamed?
The current coach.
There you go. So why can't it apply to the current president?
Because the program that's put in place now is put in place by the current coach. Well, same.
So when this new president come in and put in new tariffs and all that, and make causing everything to go up, because a quarter paint at Lowe's costs down to $20, Kevin.
Well, don't buy it.
A box of screws. No, when you got to do jobs for people, you got to do jobs. When you got screws, a box of screws, $14. That used to be $10 2 or 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so. But this president said from day one, prices are going to be down. From day one, we're going to do all this and that. You know what he did day one?
Yeah.
You know what he did?
Let me address this.
He went to counsel let those people out of jail that was destroying the Capitol. January 6th. You don't like to talk about January 6th much, do you?
I don't care nothing about it. I think people have a right to redress grievances to their government like the Constitution says.
So curmudgeon, call in and explain to Calvin why is it that your president whine when he get his feeling hurts and wanted to cancel people out. They used to call people cancels. What they used to say about the Democrats.
Yeah.
Calvin.
Yeah, I can't remember. They say so many things until I just can't remember.
It's so hypocritical, right?
Yeah. Like the Democrats are. Yeah. They are hypocritical. That's true.
But Trump's supposed to be second coming of Jesus.
Well, I don't know who said that, but I think they were wrong.
They treat him like such.
No.
And what they doing with the military today, man? What's going on with that?
They doing what militaries are supposed to do. It's get together, strategize, and I'm so glad that they not did this. I'm joining the army because I want to get my Johnson cut off because I want to be a girl. Okay, and I want the government to pay for it. Really? So you want to be stupid, and that's to contribute to your stupidity. Yeah, I'm glad. They're warriors, brother. They're not. We're not. The U.S. Army and the military is not the Boy Scouts. Okay, and
that's the reason. So that's the reason they send them. That's the reason they send them into every state.
Well, if
pick up paper and trash.
If the government
pick up paper and trash like they're doing in D.C.
We ain't
now,
there.
Come on.
We're not there to pick up paper and trash. That's
well, hell, that's what they're doing in Washington D.C. The National Guard guys complain and say, "Hey, this ain't what I signed up for to pick up some damn paper and trash."
Well,
they want to pick up paper and trash and get their job with the city.
Wait a minute. It's called policing. Okay, that's what it's
not
called.
Picking up paper and trash. No, they want to. No, they doing the city. The guys at the city getting mad and rolling. The guys work for the city rolling their eyes at them, saying, "Hey, y'all trying to take our job? Send us home." Shit. Come on now. Okay. I got to go, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, I meant to ask you what part of the service were you in? I'm just saying. Anyway, so much for that. So I guess Jamel and them decided not to come on. I don't know. Lying is a sin. I totally agree. So what did I? Okay. So tell me what I lied about. Just tell me what I lied about, and I'll fess up to it if you think I lied. Okay. So what's the deal? They're not fat anymore. I think they've lost weight. They're not skinny. I wouldn't want them to be skinny. Okay. Kindness goes along. I'm a kind guy. Okay. insults. Listen. If you're gonna tell me, if you're gonna say to me that the political decorum is not as it should be, then I would have to agree with you. But I will also, if you would agree that it was the Democrats who started this with Trump. He got in office. All they could say was he's and since I found out that the Clintons paid for in a dossier a bunch of lies to tell him he was over in Russia one day and he letting women pee on him in the bed. Okay, so I'm just saying it was started by them. I don't blame them for being mad. The thing they said about that man that wasn't true. Good morning, First Sergeant.
Sergeant Elkins.
Yes, sir.
You continue to say that the Supreme Court justice could not define what a woman
That's what she
is.
said.
Is that correct?
That's what she said.
She could not
define what a woman was.
Can you define what January 6th was?
Yes. It was a redress of grievances to our government because they were ticked off and they got tired of getting ignored.
So it wasn't an insurrection?
No. And nobody was ever charged with insurrection.
Okay. One of the things your former co-host.
You're gonna give up that easy?
Well, yeah, I'm not Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to debate. I'm not this morning. Okay. But one of the things that Mark Montel used to always state is that you can't justify bad behavior with other bad behavior. It's one of the things I appreciated about him. So you can't say, well, they did it too. And that's what I hear sometimes is they treated that man so bad, so everything he doing is fine. You justifying bad behavior with other bad behavior. And you would tell Zarel or Emmanuel, I don't care what they did, son. You do what's right. Is that a fair statement?
I think that's a fair statement, but I must also, now, there's always a left and a right. There also is something which is called righteous indignation. The Bible speaks of, and you have a right to be indignant if people constantly.
I think you got the wrong interpretation of that, and today's not Thursday. I think you got the wrong interpretation of justifying bad behavior with bad behavior. Righteous indignation, I'll let one of your Thursday guests deal with that. But let me ask you, have you seen recently what our commander-in-chief tweeted about the Senator Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, the racist tweet that he retweeted, the AI-generated tweet? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one. No.
And that's what I find amazing. You
use the word racist. So what makes it racist? Whatever it is, what makes it racist?
I'll let you look at it and determine that. I'm just saying most people that have viewed it, if you Google Trump retweets racist AI generated quote.
Oh, retweets. Okay. So he didn't write it. He didn't write it. He just he
retweeted it. Doesn't that give it validity? If you say, well, I didn't write it, Willie, but I retweeted it, doesn't that give it legs?
Well, I gotta see what it says.
I'm just saying, you say he didn't write it, but he retweeted, almost like justify. Well, he didn't write it.
Well, he just agreed with it. But I gotta see if it's racist or not. Because we keep changing
But what I'm saying is, at a moment of serious crisis in this country, when we may be about to shut down the government and harm American citizens, we got a commander-in-chief that he's got time to retweet something that most adults say, come on, man, that's childish.
Well, now I will agree with you. He does do some things sometimes give me reason to scratch my head.
At a time, Kevin, that the government probably, most people believe, will shut down.
But it's not the first brother. Wait a minute. When I was in the Army in the 70s, the government shut down. And we didn't get paid.
Kevin, I'm not disagreeing with that. This guy said he's going to come in and solve all the countries. He's going to end the war day one. He's going to bring down. I'm not disagreeing that we've never shut the government down. All I'm stating is what Mark Montiel used to say, don't justify. At a time of seriousness when this country, when you got every general, 4-star general, in Washington telling them about the seriousness of what we're going to do. You got the Secretary of War and the president there. At a time of seriousness, we don't need a commander-in-chief retweeting an AI-generated something that's dealing with Schumer and Jeffries, regardless on what you may think of those people. They are co-equal branches of government.
Well, that's supposed to be. That's true.
But when you do that as the commander-in-chief and you think it's funny to retweet something, then everybody below you begin to get the same kind of mentality. Well, if the boss did it, he's okay. Now you would have the attorney general says, well, I can do it. The FBI director say, I can do it. Everybody, Kevin's follow the lead of the leader. You set the moral tone. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with you. I mean, listen, I would be, I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I agree with you. First sergeant and Sergeant L can say lots of things,
Yes.
And even at that, if you call yourself a sergeant, you still got certain limits that you're willing to go. Other than that,
if a commanding general or battalion commander did some of these things, they would be relieved of duty.
Right. But fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where it is, the president does not come on a UCMJ.
He doesn't. But I just would tell you that we'll go look at the tweet, and you tell me if you think it's appropriate at a time of seriousness in this country when we're about to harm thousands of American citizens with shutting down the government. Is it time to play? Well, thanks for taking the call, sir.
Okay, and I gotta find the retweet to be able to make a comment on, because I don't know, because we love using the word racist on everything we disagree with. Someone happens to be of a different race, so I'll have to look at the tweet. If anybody out there can send me a link to it, so I can make my observation on this so-called racist tweet, I'd love to do that, but I don't. I look at things very objectively, and again, it's kind of like preachers. Sometimes we think preachers, just because they preach, means that they don't do things that are wrong, and they do. Presidents are human beings like we are, and they do. Now, if you ask me, should they have more control over their emotions? Absolutely, absolutely. Maybe he needs to spend more time reading the laws of America rather than worrying about what somebody's writing about him on TV. I totally agree. It's a job that comes with, like this job. I have been called more names out of my name till it got to the point that I didn't really know what my first name was sometimes. Okay, because I disagree with a lot of things. Okay, but I like to see this tweet. If somebody can throw it on my Facebook page or something like that, let me know what it is, because I'm skeptical of the word racism. Racist. We use that. We've used it so much now that it just doesn't have the bite that it used to have. Okay, I don't know if it was a racist tweet or not, but if somebody sent it to me, I'll take a look at it. We'll see whether or not it was racist or not. So let me see. Let me see. Oh, hey, well, they didn't show up. Haven't shown up yet, but hey, who knows? We got 30 minutes left. Okay, you don't have white to do them. That's Dr. Ross. Okay. Let me see now. Enough of the Charlie Kirk thing. My goodness. Well, the guy was a unique individual. He just was. I didn't agree with everything the guy said, and I didn't agree with the statement. I didn't agree with what he said about Ketanji Brown, about the former first lady. I didn't agree with that, and I didn't agree with what he said about that. But he has a right to say it. If we've got the right to say about him what we want to, then doggone it, he had the right to say about them what he wanted to. I mean, we can't be hypocrites. We have to be, if we're gonna smooth boo-boo on the wall, then it gets thrown on everybody's wall. Okay, not just, I'm just saying, telling the truth, James 6 was an insurrection. Well, again, nobody's ever been charged with insurrection on what happened on January 6th. Okay, insurrection is a conspiracy to overthrow the government. That's not why they went down there. They went down there to let the government know that during that election, what they would do is they would do all kinds of things. Supreme courts and states change their own laws strictly to accommodate, in my mind, the Obama, the Biden administration. I think they did. They made laws overnight. Okay, they ignored precedents in many cases, voting precedents in many cases that they never would have allowed if it was on the other side. Okay, that's what they did. Okay, I'm just saying, at least that from what I said, I know Philadelphia did. I mean, they had law. California says that you cannot send out. Excuse me. The state of Michigan says you cannot send out ballots without addresses, and they did. They sent thousands of ballots out. We don't know who filled them out. Okay, we just don't know. So they did lots of things, and I can come up, and if you want me to, I'll come up with all the irregularities that a lot of the states did in Atlanta. They call a person bringing in ballots at 12 o'clock at midnight. Okay, so I mean, it is what it is. Okay. So I just don't know. I just don't know who's right sometime and who's wrong. Okay, but I do know that they made some irregular court decisions doing that race. First time we had people voting, and first time we ever had people voting for 3 days for the president of the United States. Okay, the country. We allowed people to. There's nothing in the Constitution that says that you can vote any day for president except absentee ballots. Absentee ballots can be, and they are to be counted. But think about this: we allow people to vote for 3 days. Never in the history of America have we allowed that. And we blame COVID. I'm with you. We blame COVID in 2020. I'm with you on that. But no, I'm thinking. Yeah, they did a lot of irregularities during that year. Okay. Oh, you say you're not. Okay, you're not saying it's racist, but others have said it's racist. Again, I need to know what the comment is. Okay. I just want to know what the comments were. That's all. But anyway, moving on to other things. Well, no. That's not what it is. Give me the quote. Just copy and paste the quote to me and let me see what it says, because I haven't seen it. He said his retweet is funny. Well, let me see that. I haven't seen it. I can't. So I don't have a big group of people to go out and do all my my work for me. But I'm okay. Well, let me once I'll be able. Oh yeah. See, even you know what it is. Okay, who initially paid for the Steele dossier? Hint: it wasn't Clinton. Who was it? If it wasn't the Clintons, who was it? Come on now. Was it Biden? No, it couldn't have been Biden. I don't think you know what the dossier was at that time. Talk about shut down at listen, it's not the first time that our government has shut down. When I was in the military in the 70s, guess what? We didn't get paid. It took a couple of weeks to get paid. And we used to get paid cash. The paymaster would come, boom, give you cash money for your check and stuff like that. So it's not the first time. Trust me, nobody's going to lose anything. Okay. And what this should tell you is when you do things, always keep $1 or $2 in the bank. Okay. Now I realize if you're an older person and you don't have much money, because I know we don't get much, and I'm an older person too. We don't get much. But we ought to at least be able to save, $100 in the bank. They're not going. Okay, it's not the first time, and whatever you're not getting, you will get all of it. Okay, I don't think your landlord going to put you out because the Social Security. Well, actually, Well, I don't get the Social Security check yet. I get my Social Security check in the middle of the month. But I know, I think they already put the military people, VA stuff in the bank, so we good. So I'm just saying, it is one of those things that you got to put up when you're dealing with the government. Okay, you will get whatever money they owe you. They won't take your money out. They won't throw it away to nobody. You'll still get your money because that's still a law. Okay, let's say U.S. politics live. We're ending the war on warriors. Outstanding. Pete Hegseth addressed senior military leaders in Virginia. I'm good. Good.
Good job.
Yeah, Don.
Willie Durham makes me want to puke. I'm so tired of this self-righteous crap. The Democrats are the ones they want to do just a continuation of the budget, which the Democrats did forever. And they always said if the Republicans didn't sign on to it, they were destroying the government. Willie Durham's so full of it. And it's actually funny what Trump put out. Trump's a pretty funny person. One of the things that they're demanding is millions of dollars for illegal medicine and health care. So that's why he put a little Mexican hat, or whoever did it, put a Mexican hat on Jeffries. And these people don't ever call Trump names, does he? Willie Durham, you actually make me sick. This is the guy who said, used to call in about DEI. He'd say, "What's wrong with inclusion, Kevin?" Do you remember that?
Well, he has his perspective.
You remember when he said that?
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with inclusion.
Then why don't he include somebody at his office? He's got an office full of Negroes and not one white person. Well, I guess it don't apply to Willie Durham.
Now that really is not true.
See, that's the crap I hate. He is a pathetic human being. Okay. He's a phony and a fraud.
Okay. Appreciate it. But that's not exactly true. But I can't put his business on the air. That's for him to do. Now, let me see. Let me see. Let me ask my did Supreme Court, P-R-E-M, Court Justice, J-U-S-T-I-Q-E, say she could not define, D-F-I-N-E, a woman. Now she did say that. Okay, well, let me make sure I put it in the correct quote what she did. Okay. Let me see now. However, during her nomination hearings before confirmation, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, who later became a Supreme Court Justice, was asked by Senator Marsha Blackburn to define a woman. Her response is, "Can I provide a definition? No. Not in this context. I am not a biologist." So the quote is from nominee hearing, not from a sitting justice. But right. So that's what she said. She could not define what a woman was. Okay. That's what she said. Okay. I knew my ears didn't, because I sat there and watched it. Okay. Okay. So all you had to say was, "I'm a woman." That's it. That's it. I'm a woman. So if you look like me, you got boobs like me, you got the same thing I got, then you're a woman. Okay. And if you don't have any of these things, then you're not a woman. You're not a female. Okay. I'm just saying. So she did say that. She said, "I cannot provide a definition." No. Not in this context. What context took a biologist to define what a woman is? A female. A woman is a female. Okay. Female. Okay. Not a male who wants to be a fee, but a fee that is a male. Okay. I'm just saying. So she did say that. And I've lost all respect for her on that day, because rather than using common sense, logic, and reason, she used political terminologies. So the left would confirm her appointment to the U.S. Supreme Court. And so my question is what are we going to sell for a job? What are we going to sell for a job? What are we going to what's for sale? Okay. Yes. So see, Don, visit my website for my employees. Okay. Just in case, for my employees, just in case you don't know, the website is www.williedurham.com. And I think you'll find out that you're wrong there, Mr. Don. I think you'll find out that you're wrong, bro. Good morning. Hello.
Hello. You said what we gonna sell?
I said, what's for sale?
The whole country.
Well, now you may be right about that.
Guys, even the granddaughters selling stuff now, $160 shirt.
Well,
son-in-law got how many million sales a day?
Well, this is America, and if you come up with
the whole country for sale. You got to be the right people to buy it.
I mean, if you come up with a good idea, then this is the only place in the world where you can make the money on that idea.
Yeah. Thank you, hypocrite. Thank you, hypocrite.
Okay, well, I ain't mad at it. I mean, it's about making money.
Oh, but this is what I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Harold Z, hurry up and finish IT because he gonna need them boots because he might be going to war.
Well, if he goes, we're all going.
Well, you better tell Mark to get a backpack ready, nigga.
Yeah, we all can. I'll be right there with him with my M16. We gonna be doing our thing. I go down to Fort Gordon with him, baby. Find me a uniform.
When all of them get in the room together, you better hope you don't have to eat them words.
Hey, I hope not, but that's what the military is for. They are the arm of our political war. I mean, of our political policy. They carry out political policy. That's what the military is for.
You better let me go.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. Don't get there. And I had this talk with him about being in there. I had this talk with him about being. It's possible that you will be deployed someplace if you join. That's a possibility. That it ain't the Boy Scouts. It's not working at McDonald's. It's not that is why these guys get so many benefits. Most benefits they never even use, like I haven't. You don't even use because you get a lot of benefits for putting your butt in harm's way. And that's just what it is. Jumping out of airplanes, volunteering to do that kind of crap. As you get older, you say, "Why in the world did I do that?" But that's the way we roll. That is the job of the military. It is they said it good on Top Gun. We carry out the political policies of our government in place. We protect. That's their job. I knew what I was getting into when I joined the military. Okay, but I did want to go. The unit I went there because I said, well, if I want an opportunity to come back home, if I need an opportunity to make sure I'm with the best. Okay, which is why I joined the Rangers. Okay, regardless of what my job was, I was there, and anything they did, I had to do. If they got on an airplane, went someplace, I got on the airplane and went someplace. Okay. When I got off that aircraft one day and we came back and there was a set of boots in the formation where a person used to stand. That was, that's a symbol of we lost somebody. I was not involved directly in combat because that was my job. I wasn't 11 Bravo. I wasn't 11 Charlie, anything like that. But let me tell you something. If the crap get hard enough, everybody is a soldier. Okay. That's why they call it basic training, because everybody has the basic skills of soldiering. That's what they teach you. Because at the end of the day, if it's called for, everybody's 11 Bravo. Okay. You're a soldier. You pick up a weapon, you fight. That's what you do. And you hope to God you make it home. Okay. That's what you do. And you feel bad when you make it home and somebody else didn't. Okay. Anyway, perhaps what does that say? Perhaps subtly she was telling us something. Well, I don't know what she was telling us, but we're gonna leave that alone. Yeah, he does. He does have a white person on the staff. So now don't think that he don't. Joy Reid warns America of dangerous MAGA plans. They want to take us back to no income tax, okay, what's wrong with that? No regulation, which is a lie. Earn as much as you want and leave it to your children with no taxes. What's wrong with that? Really, what's wrong with that? They're going to pay taxes on the money when they buy goods and services. What's wrong with that? I mean, if your parents, if my mother, bless her soul, had left some money back there, I'd have been happy. Okay, but she didn't. She didn't have anything. And as a matter of fact, I know she paid on a policy, one of them debit thing policy for 30 years. When she died, all she had was $1,500. 30 years, $1,500. That's all she had for the burial policy. I mean, that's a shame. I don't even know if they let people come to your house anymore and take your $3 or $4 a week, whatever it used to take. I mean, I must admit to you, I was young. I used to like to see the insurance man come by. And I thought, I didn't know what he was doing. If I didn't know he was ripping us off, we probably would have dragged him in the house and put a good whooping on him. But we didn't know that. We were so young then in those days, so we didn't know what was going on. Yeah, well, okay, so there's something wrong with getting rid of all these regulations. There's something wrong with no income tax. Well, why should the government get a piece of your money, okay, before you get it? Okay. Don is never wrong and will never admit it when the facts say otherwise. Facts don't matter. Now Willie, you pretty much, you're pretty good there. That's a truism. Okay, that's a truism. And let me move on to another thing. So did I square away the honeybee thing there? Because that's what I started on there. Okay, did we square? And I don't know where my friend Jamel Brown maybe decided I was too much for him or something like that. I don't know. But we tried to get him. Okay, there's a new issue. We got a lot of Boyds right here. We got Dr. William Boyd, the Will Boyd running for stuff. Now we got signs out in Montgomery that says "Save Anthony Boyd." New Montgomery billboard calls on halting the next state execution. Drivers in the state capitol may have noticed a new billboard with the word "Save Anthony Boyd" in bold white letters in a protest of scheduled execution set for October. Anthony Boyd has been sitting on death row since 1995. He was convicted as one of the four men responsible for the 1993 killing of Gregory Ugly in Talladega. Ooh, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing. Somebody sent me a text. Reverend Hood said Boyd's case is more complicated. He raised concerns about whether Boyd is guilty. He said that his behavior behind bars has been exemplary. Well, I mean, what else are you going to do if you're in jail? You got to. I mean, you can't do a whole lot. He's somebody who got to death row and figured out how to make a difference on death row and off death row. Esther Brown, executive director of Project Hope to abolish the death penalty, said Boyd is the chairman of her death row inmate run organization, which looks to end executions in Alabama and nationwide. I think that I'm see if I can reach these people out too. See, I got to reach a lot of people. I need a secretary. Boyd is less than 1 month away from his scheduled execution. Again, my thought about execution has changed. I used to be for it. Now I'm not for it, but I'm almost for it again. only because of the killing that goes on in our streets in America. I mean, we got these young folks, and I don't care how young they are, if they're old enough to pick up a gun and indiscriminately, with malice and forethought, kill people over a little drug here, a little drug there, then maybe the death penalty is an appropriate punishment. I do not know. Because sometimes you can kill people dead and they don't even know it. And getting people hooked on these drugs is like killing them dead and they don't know it. Okay, fentanyl. Fentanyl is one of those things that that will not only kill you if it take it, it'll kill you if it touch it. So it's a tough one. It's a tough thing about the death penalty. I mean, the Bible gives our government the authority to process the sword. I don't know, that's a tough one for me. But I do believe the only thing that people should ever get the death penalty for is taking the life of another without that fight being for the survival of you. Not if you started, but if if I'm innocent and I get taken, I don't know. It's a hard one. So I guess, man, where Mr. Jamel Brown? He's supposed to be here today, but that's okay. I got it. I got this. That's why I always do study for work and stuff like that, to make sure that there's always something to talk about. So how many of you out there are for the death penalty? Okay. A.G. Marshall is getting in, the Attorney General Marshall warns against consequences of rising crime, illegal immigration, and trans issues. Yeah, I'm all for you on that one, brother. That trans thing just way out. Somebody asked me last night, they said, why do you harp on the trans thing so much? And I tried to explain it. Okay, I tried to explain it. Let me see if I can explain it this way. If you cannot agree to the mere existence of male and female and how they are contrived, how they are created, and how they are not the same, if you really believe that you can actually change yourself from one sex to another, okay, if you really believe that, then something's wrong with you. Okay. And if something's wrong with you to that point, then how can we trust anything that you say? How can we take any information that you give us as reasonable and reach logically and with common sense? If you didn't, man, you must be bored this morning.
No. I just thought about something. When you was talking about the lady was confused whether she a woman or a man or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember hearing something back in the day saying that black folk were 1/3 human or something like that.
That was for voting purposes only.
No, they said that we wasn't all human beings. We was part.
Well, I know the tale. I remember the tale.
We were 1/3 human beings.
But what's
the difference in those stupid comments versus this woman's stupid ass comment?
Who's stupid comments? Well,
the lady was talking about she don't know what the hell a woman is.
Yeah, well, they're both stupid comments. But politically, what happened was that since
these folks believe that stuff, these white folks believe that stuff that we was part here, damn muck or something, boy.
Okay. Do you think they still believe it?
They say we are 1/3 human being.
Do you think?
Okay. I just want to throw that out there.
No, do you think they still?
I don't know what the hell you are, huh?
Do you think they still believe it?
Yes, they do.
Okay. When you find somebody that still believes that, let me know, and I want to talk to them on there. Yeah. Right. Appreciate it. Yeah. When you find somebody that believes that we have monkey, please give them my number on the air. Tell them they ain't got to show their face. I want to talk to them because they need some talking to. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay. Again, we live in the past. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we live a lot of stuff in the past. Yeah, somebody says I'm still blues about wearing that uniform. Yeah, I am. I wish I could join the Marine Corps right now. I went down there on Federal Drive one day, and I sat by the fence until somebody come out there and open it for me because I had to go in and talk to the first sergeant. See if he could do something for me. Okay, see can he make me an honorary Marine or something? I've been trying to get that for years. My good friend named Britton, First Sergeant Britton, a Marine, retired Marine. I tried to get him to help me. I've been trying to get everybody to help me become a Marine, and it wasn't my fault that they lied to me. Okay, and again, it's not a lie. I just showed you. I just showed you what she said. Okay, okay. Okay, that's right. She wasn't on the Supreme Court then. But she is on the Supreme Court now, and this is what she said. If you don't think if you think I'm lying about it, then here it is right here. Okay, where's it? There we go. Okay, let me see. Here we go, right here. This is what she said. She was asked by a senator, Marsha Blackburn, to define woman. She responded, "Can I provide a definition? No, not in this context. I'm not a biologist." Okay. Now, if that wasn't, this was I don't even know how to pronounce her name. As a matter of fact, Ketanji Brown Jackson at her Supreme Court confirmation hearing. This is what she said. She could not define what a woman is. Okay. I don't need to speak intelligent about it. There's no such thing as trans anything. There's no such thing. Nobody has ever turned themselves from a male to a female or vice versa. We don't. It's a political construct to make people to indoctrinate us and make us accept that position. It's got there's no reality in it whatsoever. None. Biologically. Now, listen, again, now I will go along with this statement. If you believe that you are a woman, I can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about what you believe. Okay. But when you tell me scientifically, biologically, that you are a woman because you want to be one, somehow you went and changed your DNA, your chromosome structure, and all that stuff, I'm sorry, that dog ain't gonna hunt. That's what irks me about it. It's an insult to anybody who finished the sixth grade. Okay. That's like saying frogs are not really frogs. They're really dogs that are small. Really? Okay. All right then. Is a tomboy a boy? No, and that's a political construct too. It's a girl that wants to act like a boy, which is cool. But that's in the juvenilistic years. I don't have a problem with that. We got young boys who like acting like girls, like putting on mama shoes and all that kind of thing. I remember quite distinctly. I put on some of mama's shoes. That didn't make me a girl, but it mean I thought I wanted to be one at that time because girls had pretty clothes and all that stuff, and we like to wear some of them pretty clothes. Okay, it is a political construct to indoctrinate us into accepting something that we know is not true. That's what it is. So they use the word trans. That's right. It doesn't exist. It's a non-starter. It's not even a correct description because the word trans means come from one thing to another. It's not even an accurate scientific description. Okay, when you trans, that means you're going from one place to another. Okay, no man ever has, no man ever will, no woman ever has, no woman ever will. Okay, so that's why it irks me so much when I hear the word. Somebody told me last night I couldn't spend the day without saying it. Okay, I didn't bring it up. Somebody else brought it up. Okay, but anyway. Well, I don't know when he hired whoever he hired there, Mr. Don, but that's up to him. That's his business. He can do what he want to do with it, and there are places in Montgomery that there are no black folks there. I mean, and that's just what it is. I think if it's your business, you can hire who you want to hire. It's your business, your money. When you're out there out on the grind trying to get businesses and customers, it's your money. You can hire who you want to hire. If you're smart, of course, you'll hire a little bit of everybody, But if you're not that smart, then you won't. But I mean, listen, I'm now the only time I think there should be maybe a quota, if I had to support one, it would be if you work for the government, because all that money comes from all of us that they use. The government doesn't make money. The citizens make the money. And if the government says, well, we need to see 13% of the employees in here black because we make 13% of the population up. If we want to see 2% in Chinese or Korean or whatever you want to make them, then that's fine with me, because it's everybody's money. And why should one group of people be left out if everybody's paying the taxes? So I don't have a problem with quotas to that extent. Okay. To that, and that's the only extent that I don't have a problem with it, because everybody pays for government. I mean, the rich people pay, the poor people pay, the citizens pay, and the non-citizens pay. So everybody pays. But no, a tomboy is not a boy. That's a political construct too, to let us know that, well, she may act like a boy, but she's really not a boy. Okay, she's a tomboy. Okay, which means she's a female, but she likes acting like. Okay, now we call them something else now, but she acting like she wants to be a guy. That's good. Normally, most girls and boys grow out of that stage. They just grow out of that stage. Okay, they don't even deal with that no more. But anyway, I don't know how I got on that one. I just hate that word, trans this and trans that. You ain't trans jack. Okay, you are what you are. You're not gonna change it unless you can change your DNA. The chromosome structure in your body. Now, if you can change that, come back and talk to me, and I'll shut up about it. Okay, just show me that. So while you're in there, you say, Mom, when just say that I don't have a male employee, but you fixated on race. The question is why? I hired the best talent. Outstanding. That's right. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go in and put in the application. Now they throw me out of the office. So I can never get a job over there. But anyway, I barely got one here. I gotta go. But anyway, hey, it's been a great conversation today about whatever it is that's on your mind. I do appreciate you. And do not forget, okay? Do not forget to go by, okay? Okay, to go by One Stop Wireless at 3445 Atlanta Highway. You got a phone at home, it ain't working, they can turn it on for you. I don't care who used to have it, they can turn it on for you. Okay. 334, and they have time, Don. I gotta go. They can turn the phone on for you. They can also get you up and going with the phone you already got. Okay, you can bring so give them a call right now, 320-2988. That's 320-2988. It is called One Stop Wireless at 3445 Atlanta Highway. So get that old phone that you stuck it to AT&T on, whoever you stuck it to, and let them turn that phone on for you, make it a viable tool for you, okay? And I'm not going after this. They think they're going to fool me. I'm not going to go out and try to buy an Apple 17. No, we ain't even going there. I ain't spending no more money on phones. I mean, I'm gonna use this phone till it either falls in the toilet or I drop it and accidentally run over it with the car. Other than that, I'm gonna use the same phone I got for a long time. Okay? Long time. Anyway, so we'll see you. Wouldn't want to be you. So have a great, great day. Okay? One Stop Wireless, 3445 Atlanta Highway. Give them a call. Tell them what kind of phone you got, and they can tell you whether or not they can work on it for you. 334-320-2988. They got Apples, they got Samsung, they got the Pixel, they got every kind of cell phone you want. They're located right on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum, right there next to the gas station. You can't beat them. I mean, you can't miss them. If you miss them, you probably don't need a phone anyway. Okay, so I gotta go. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. The good Lord says the same. You never can tell now, can you? No, you can't. You never know what tomorrow may bring. But if it does show up, I plan to be right here, okay, with you. Tell your friends about it. Don't forget to subscribe and like all that stuff. I keep telling you to do that. But so, see you tomorrow. The good Lord says the same. And remember this. It is not falling down that gives you the strength. It's getting up every time you do. Keep getting up. Keep on keeping on and keep on getting up. We'll see you.
Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for the love that heals and the joy you make in the tapestry of life. I see your grace, every moment filled with your warm embrace. Through valleys deep and mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky.